26 points in the first quarter, and they're shooting it at a 52% clip, holding the Melbourne Tigers at just 25%. And that is why they've got the low number of 15 in the first. Ball hit a few people on its way out of bounds. Tigers from the sideline. You see the rebound count as Benny Lewis, a little strong off the back of the iron, and the Tigers continue to be a little cold from the perimeter.
And good change up by Joey Wright, going to a little zone action, trying to keep them out of their systems, the Melbourne Tigers.
Petrie with the charge.
Was that outside the circle?
It didn't feel like it.
Look forward to seeing that again.
Yes, sure was.
Good call.
I don't know how the referees can look down at somebody's feet when all of that action is happening, that they have to keep a very close eye on the toughest call in the game, the charge block. Credit to them.
Certainly a good call on that occasion. And good defense to be able to get outside that circle, make the effort to be stationary, but also having to move pretty quickly to get to that spot.
Great defensive play. Tommy Greer back into the Tigers. Dorsey, who's had the hot hand for Melbourne, continues to do so. His tally is 15 of the 18 points for the Melbourne Tigers.
See, that amazes me. You go to a zone defense, one player scored 12 of the 15 points, and he gets an open 3 out of a zone. That's just lack of communication and understanding about the personnel.
No doubt about that. And there's the lack of rebounding for the Melbourne Tigers. And you addressed that before the game, Shane, is they struggle to rebound with teams. And the team that they have out on the floor, with Cam Tragah being the biggest player, is something that happens often.
Well, they've got 583 rebounds for the year, and their opposition has 715. That's 132 less.
Wow. That's not good. And often that is an indication of how you win ball games, is if you out-rebound your team. Allen on a nice pass to Liam Rush. His finish just slides out. Good hustle by the Blaze. Gibson. He's got numbers, and he gets all the way to the rim. Gibson exploring on the break. He's come to play tonight. Allen with his hesitation. He can play. And like you were saying, will he be able to finish? Because when he does his dribble penetration, he knows where all 4 of his teammates are.
He's done a good job so far about being able to beat the pressure in the backcourt, find the open man when he got that ball to Rush before, right in the middle of the court, which allowed Rush to be able to get to the basket. His vision and finding the right player is good. That time it was a good move getting to the basket, and it'll be interesting to see whether he can also balance that finding players, but also put points on the board as well, because that's what the Tigers need.
He looked pretty handy on the line right there, just drilled him. You can always tell somebody when they know they're going to make them.
It's nice having an import that has played around the world, that has played in pressure situations, and knows what it's like that if you don't perform, you're on a plane and you're out of there. To Wollongong. And he was performing.
Yeah.
On the other end of the court, Adam Gibson. What a take from him again. The second time he's been able to get to the basket.
Pass thrown away. Points in the paint. The Blaze have 18. The Tigers have none. This comes from Dorsey. Out of the perimeter. Allen just blows by out Gibson. Misses the reverse layup. I get the feeling that, yes, he can finish. Because he could sense that his team needs to score right there, and he went for it. Hudson. Good D by Dorsey. Makes Hudson come up short. Tough pass for Liam Rush to reel in. I like it, though. You know you're going to make turnovers, make aggressive turnovers.
I do too. If you're going to make a judgment call early, I like what I see.
Yeah.
And he's only going to continue to get better when he learns people's names. That'll help. But he's got a good instinct for basketball.
You know, as he's yelling at his guys to look up so he doesn't hit him in the back of the head. And that has happened in a Melbourne Tigers uniform before, as they had, of course, the legendary Daryl McDonald. Nice pass to Cam Tragah. Can't get the finish. Tip by Liam Rush. Tigers can't buy one. Again, sweet dribble penetration by Myron Allen.
Myron Allen's going to be saying, mate, you're the leading scorer in the league and you can't make the layup for me? How am I meant to get assists? Come on, pal.
And Cam Tragah's got to be thinking, man, I like this guy. I haven't hit one, but he is just getting me the basketball exactly when I need it and where I need it. Worthington up top to Tommy Garland. Hudson is good.
That's where he needs to shoot the ball. The shot that he took 4 feet outside the keyway before is not his shot. Great execution by the Blaze.
Game starting to take a little bit more shape. Dorsey into Cam Tragah. Tragah, that's got to be good. Yeah, you could just tell that wasn't going to miss.
Well, he was certainly due. Now the Tigers can get back to running some sets. Not as much up and down. They all know their offenses and trying to get the ball inside to Cam Tragah.
Brendan Tees into the game for the Blaze. Been in there for a couple of minutes. That's a travel.
That's the first one that's been called, but it seems like a lot of players have been traveling tonight.
You should have seen Sean Redditch traveling last night. I mean, he's hard enough to guard without him being able to switch pivot feet. Dorsey up top, gets it to Rush. Rush puts it on the floor. Dillon, he loads up for a three. That's off the mark. Hudson with the board. Worthington looking to turn the corner. His floater is good. And Mark Worthington has 6 on 3 of 4 shooting.
That's a good take from Wortho. Good aggressive pull through to the basket. Certainly got the ability to be able to shoot the shot as well, but again, he needs to be able to mix up his game.
Dillon throws it out of bounds.
Trevor Gleason trying to talk the referees into a touched ball.
I think there was contact with it. I don't think anybody tipped it.
No, I don't think anyone tipped it.
Just off balance. And
hey, it's worth a try on the road.
it's true.
You're down by 12 points. Need any luck you can get.
Maybe I can help you get a close one next time.
It's true.
Gibson finds Worthington. Worthington baseline, a little too strong for Cam Tragah. Didn't look real committed to get to the baseline with sliding his feet.
And they're the sort of effort players that you need defensively to be able to execute on the road if you're going to get a win.
Cam Tragah, a little too long. Tragah's touch isn't there tonight. And normally when he misses, it just rims out, but he has been way off the mark on several of his shots. Still the Gold Coast Blaze with a commanding lead, 36-22.
No gimmicks, no tricks. Buy any for Bridgestone, Michelin, Yokohama or Pirelli tyres and get $50 cash back on the spot. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
The war to defeat hair loss is now over. Advanced laser therapy fights for hair regrowth while strand by strand replaces hair that's been lost forever. That's a total victory.
Just like mine.
Call now.
He's going, shooters coming. Be patient on offense, okay? Make them play us, just keep on getting through some stuff. Keep pushing it. In the transition, we push it all the time. Get into a horns, one again. Man or zone, it doesn't matter.
1, 2, 2, we fall back to a man. Zone.
Hey, guys, 5 minutes. Let's get this to single figures. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Well, Trevor Gleason's got to be feeling pretty good about the fact his team's only shooting 6 for 25 from the field, and they're only down 14. This could be a lot uglier than it is right now.
It certainly could be, and I like the mix-up that he just called in that timeout now, going to his full court press, back to his zone. Just try and take a little bit of momentum out of the Blaze, because when they get going, they're obviously very difficult to be able to stop.
Blaze, let's see how they handle this 2-3 zone that the Melbourne Tigers have thrown up. They usually can take a team out of rhythm. Adam Gibson lines up his 3-ball, and it looked like it threw him off much. Gibson continues his good play.
Just no communication from the defense on the baseline of the Melbourne Tigers.
Greer trying to get it going for the Tigers. Another 3-point shot off the mark for Melbourne. Worthington goes baseline. That was never going to make it through that pass. Daniel Dillon turns on the Jets. He gets it to Allen. Nice finish by Myron Allen on a good pass from Daniel Dillon.
Dillon and Allen are going to be very difficult to stop in transition for the rest of this season.
I know it's early, but I think we're going to see the benefits of Daniel Dillon as Adam Gibson can't get the 3-ball to go. Loose ball goes to Allen, to Dillon. Oh, super finish by Daniel Dillon. And as you said, Allen and Dillon in transition. Boy, they've got the afterburners going. Just threads the needle on that bounce pass, and somehow Dillon, with a bad angle, was able to squirt it off the glass.
And it was good poise by Allen. He didn't try and attack the basket. He knew that Dillon was coming on his left-hand side. Just pulled things up at the free throw line and allowed Dillon time to be able to get to the basket. And what a finish by Daniel Dillon.
And Daniel Dillon, those are his first 2 points, but he's been super active in this one. The pressure. Gibson has the ball knocked away by Liam Rush. 12-point game after Dillon gets on the board for himself. Gibson splits the D, finds DeLeon. DeLeon from the corner, tough one. Blaze wanted a foul. Greer gets the contact on Jason Kadee.
Good finish from Greer. He took the contact, and a good no call too from the referees.
Kadee skips it over to DeLeon. 3-point shot.
DeLeon looking at the referee saying, see what happens when I don't get fouled.
Blaze continue their hot shooting. Shooting it at just under 55%. Greer into Burston. His left-hand hook is long. He's fouled by Stephen Hoare.
Matt Burston back in the lineup is a very, very good thing for the Melbourne Tigers. He's had an injury-plagued career. And not little injuries where he's done hammies or things like that all the time. It's been bigger ones. He's had massive ankle problems over his years. And very, very talented player. Good teammate to be able to play with. And if he stays healthy, with Allen coming in the lineup, they are certainly a team that can make a run for this top 4.
Burston long on the second when Adam Gibson tips it to Tom Garlip in the open area. Stephen Hoare to Kadee. Kadee outside the 3-point line. That's good. Jason Kadee wide open. Drills a 3-point shot and the lead's back up to 15. Burston with a nice catch and finish from Daniel Dillon.
He has great hands for somebody 6'10", because that wasn't a great pass.
DeLeon, Stephen Hoare outside the 3-point line. Another wide open look for the Gold Coast Blaze.
They better get out of this zone defense. because they are just taking open shots, the Gold Coast Blaze. The communication on the perimeter for the Melbourne Tigers is terrible.
Tommy Greer and a rebound by Liam Rush. De Leon in the open court. Tommy Greer with a strip. Tommy Greer didn't like it. De Leon gives it that look like no one can take the ball without fouling me.
I am too hard to guard.
Too hard to steal it from. I'm too hard in general.
Ball's already in, Joey. Ball bounced on the floor.
Gibson. Garlick didn't even realize he was open. Garlick, tough shot. Dorsey gets a piece of it. 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
There was only one stage that he was looking past that. And that was after the first, second, third, and fourth options were done for him to score.
Dried up. The last split second to get rid of it. Blaze on top, 48-32. Just 25.8 seconds left. As the Blaze have been able to dictate the terms of this game, but the question mark has been Myron Allen, and the question has been answered. He can play.
We're going to dribble over it. We're just going to get right in the dive. So 5-man stay there. Dribble back off, flash, you can get there. That middle's there. That's why you got to go quick on that. Dribble off, come back on that. We can get a dump. 8 seconds, plenty of time. Plenty of time, okay? He's coming up. Come up here, come right back off of this. Look for the kick there, all right? If you can get in the gap here and get a shot. Here, get a shot, okay?
Sure, here you go.
I'm in the corner. Yo, I was in the corner. For the skip. Let's go.
Otherwise,
We can't foul on this. We're there in bonus. We can't foul.
Hey, 1, 2, 3.
And the Gold Coast Blaze from Joey Wright. A little distracted because Derek Rucker's son is out on the free throw line. Having a little break, timeout break, game night presentation. And somehow Derek Rucker's son's gotten out there.
That's not him on screen.
No.
Obviously. Let me tell you.
Because Derek's kids look just like him.
Yeah. Cameron Tragar could go and get a couple of hints from Derek Rucker's son. How to shoot free throws, because the young fella was making nothing but net.
He was drilling him. Jalen Rucker. De Leon finds Jason Kadee for another three that just rims out. Well executed play set up by Joey Wright. They get the offensive rebound. The Blues continue for the Melbourne Tigers. Had 15 at halftime and have backed it up with 17 here. Dillon has to let it go. I'm not sure if it was allowed.